Hello everybody and welcome to the Sovereign Village Project. I wanted to do an update video on the chicken one I did the other day talking about how we're going to put them to work mulching. So our only real mulch we can count on comes from this forest, and that's the center of everything we're going to build our compost out of. I don't want to rely on hay or rely on food scraps I have to go drive and get. I really want a farm that's going to be, from a prepper's perspective, self-reliant. And so my major resource is leaves. They get dropped in mass quantities this time of year, and we're going to definitely make tons of compost out of them. The problem we have though is these leaves are really large and it takes them too long to break down. I can't wait a year for this compost to be done. And also, if you lay something like this on a garden bed, a wind's going to come and blow it, and it'll blow over your seedlings and kill them a lot of the time. I found that out the hard way. So I found out I needed to shred these to get them done quickly. So I've been using a push mower to do that. And that's actually basically our largest piece of fossil fueled machinery on this farm right now. And that does a really good job. We just run over piles of leaves with a bagger and we can collect them, throw the bag right into the compost pile. It's really efficient, but I can't rely on that. I can't rely on my access to fossil fuels. We can already see what's happening price-wise, and we can see how vulnerable everything is to either real or imagined cyber attacks. And that our access can be cut off, or it could be cut off by compliance if you don't take the shot, of course, just like anything. So I'm not going to build my food supply reliant on a system that I'm actively running away from, basically. So how do we shred these leaves? Well, we put these guys to work. They're so efficient, as you can see. To misquote Joel Salatin, they're just expressing their inner chickenness, and we need to put that to work. The actions that they do all day that they love to do is scratch and peck. And so the test we did was we took a really deep pile of leaves, we put them in this enclosed coop, and we left them in there for about a week, and we threw the grain right into the leaves. We didn't put it in a container, so they had to scratch at it. So they were much happier having to be in that confined space for a while. They had something to dig at, and that's all they really want in life, is to just be looking for food all day and foraging, just like all of us. And so I wanted to show the end result of that. This was about a week in here. We let them out for a couple of days, but they spent most of their time for about a week inside of here. And this was the end result, was that they really did a great job. Good job, everybody. As you can see, there's nothing really more than a couple of inches in any of this. They scratched it all to heck, they soiled it, and also what's cool about this is that the carbon is our leaves, but the manure and the urine inside of there is our nitrogen. So this is ready to go. I can just start piling this right into my compost pile. And it also turns easy. If you've ever turned a compost pile full of straw or hay, you know that that can be very difficult. It clumps and mats, and it's really hard. If you're doing that every couple of days, that's quite a chore. This is really easy for a pitchfork to get inside and turn. So I think this is going to work really well for our compost. I'm going to go ahead and track the results of this compost too, so we can see if this is a really good large-scale system for us, where we can basically base all of our, or most of our, compost creation, make it passive, basically let these guys do all of the work and be happier doing it. And so what we're also going to track is, now that we've kind of tested this concept here, tomorrow we start the build on our larger coop, and we're going to really copy these same ideas. We're going to build a normal coop, but we're going to have a large outdoor enclosed run that they will be locked in a lot of the time, and that our main job as farmers will be to fill that with as much organic matter as we can find. And we will not be picky. Sticks, leaves, grass clippings, food scraps, sawdust, bark dust, anything we can get that they're going to dig through. And it will compost inside of there. Insects will come and eat it. We'll till it up a little bit with a pitchfork, and they will just eat and scratch all day long on that. And that coop will also act as our central hub for rotational grazing. But this is a way to take advantage of all of the stuff we have and really turn the most important part of the farm, which is compost generation. It's what determines all of our fertility, and eliminates the needs for other inputs. It's going to make all of that relatively passive. We'll throw our organic matter in, they'll work on it for months or even years. We'll have a swale underneath this giant pile of composting material. We'll have a swale running through the lower part of that coop on the bottom of the hill, and ideally that will just push everything out, and we'll have just piles of compost waiting for us. We'll see if it works. It's going to take a year to get that larger system up and running, but in the meantime, we know at least that this works, that chickens do a really good job of tilling up leaves for us and turning them into compostable material. All right, everyone, hope that's helpful for you. In the meantime, stay safe, be well, and happy homesteading.